Hello everybody on the internet. My name is Skylar Forsyth, and today I'm going to be playing a little cute game known simply as Raft Wars. So, in Raft Wars, what you do is basically... Here, let the game explain it. Meet Simon, a cheerful little fellow. He's having a fun afternoon at the beach. Okay, well, we never get to the actual thing. So... After all the stuff that I've been through throughout the entire year, I decided that maybe for the first video of 2017, I should just make it something fun and simple. Okay, so the point of the game is you're trying to knock over these other guys, the pirates, and you have to like use the mouse to extend how far the tennis balls go, and you have to hit them. Well, bye, suck. I suck at life. Look at that. That sucked. You guys could obviously tell that shot sucked. Well, they suck too, so don't worry about it. Well, okay, so yeah, basically what you gotta do is it just keeps going back and forth. It's nothing much, but, so I was thinking about telling some stories while I'm playing this game. So, you're probably wondering why it took me so long to decide to get back to the game. And it's because, well, I'm just lazy. That's the whole kind of thing about it. I am just a lazy idiot, dude. Yeah, you probably want me to play something like, I don't know, just some games, other games that are not like this. Probably something like Call of Duty. No, I'm not that. I'm not those guys. They say, "What's your favorite game?" I say it's Raft Wars and on cool math games. I'm actually very good at this game, and I love playing this game. So, alright, so now we're up against Vikings. Okay, so these Vikings kind of remind me of somebody. So, I go to high school, and it's this high school over in Missouri. And there are people there I do not like. Especially this one, and he's very egotistical. He's very mean and very rude. Just an overall, you know, jackass. I mean, what else can I really say about him? He's an idiot. So, yeah. So, basically, he wears like he's like a sports jacket. Always like, hey, what's up, bro? Come at me. Yeah, I call him, well, I can't really say it because it actually says his name. And I'm not gonna say his name. But he's just an absolute jerk. So what he'd do would be, like, I'd be walking down the hallway, and he'd just be, like, right in front of my face, and be like, yeah, what's up, bro? Come at me, dude. And he is just a jerk. He's got an entourage. Everyone's, like, all laughing and having fun and stuff. Everybody loves him. But I don't. He's a jerk, and all my friends hate him, too. One of my friends happens to be Shadikin, but, Shadikin doesn't really care. This guy really doesn't do anything to him, so it doesn't really matter. But, yeah. That's not important. So, what can I say? What's an interesting story I can tell you guys? Well, you know, I almost didn't really even think about playing a game at all, but I decided that since I'm going to get... Oh, well, I guess I might as well tell you. So, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I have a channel. It's not my channel, but it's a friend of mine, and her name is, Blaze Shadowfire. She makes, Nightcore, and, well, we both happen to work at Six Flags St. Louis. We were both game managers, and I was over at, like, a soccer booth game, and she was over at, like, a ring toss, or, like, a dart board thing or something, and we were just non-stop roasting each other all day and all night. If you can't read any of what I'm saying, I'll have, like, subtitles or something down there, so that you can understand my, stupid English. yeah, so we talked and we actually went out and we started dating a bit, but things didn't really end all that well. I don't want to go into it because it's too personal for me, but still, it wasn't very well. But I decided that maybe I should focus on better things like school, all that, make sure it doesn't really get to me all that much. But, of course, at school, things don't really turn out so well. So there's this girl, I'm going to call her Ashley, because I'm not going to tell you her real name. But if you guys watching this, you know her. So, I actually told her on Instagram, and I actually kind of had a crush on this girl a bit. But that was before I didn't know better. And yeah, what a wonderful place to be talking about, relationships and all. But there's this girl, and basically everyone says she's like rude. Everyone says you don't want to be with her. I honestly didn't believe that. I felt that all people had like a very nice thing to them. But she was one of those popular girls, like you know who I'm talking about. They're the kind who strut their stuff and are always like, we're so good for you, and we're not good for you, we're awful people. And like they have Snapchats and they always post just awful, awful stuff that I do not like doing that. It's like literally just pictures of them showing off. And they are rude people. Alright, of course that's just from what I'm seeing, what I know, but I don't really know them all that well. They could be awesome people in real life. They're the sporty girls, they're the popular girls, they're the pretty girls. She's one of those people. She's all of those people. So anyway, I told her on Instagram, in the DMs, and I was like, hey Ashley, how's it going, girl? And then she's like, Skylar, yeah, I know that you had this super... I actually, like, typed up paragraphs of stuff. I was like, the basic summary was, I think I'm in love with you. And of course I wasn't thinking straight. I am an absolute idiot. So I told her like, blah 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 blah, we'd be perfect for each other, blah 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 blah, you deserve better, blah 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 blah, whatever. And I told her that, and she was like, oh, well, I'm not really interested in you that way. She didn't even care. She didn't even try to butter it up. She was just straight up, whatever, dude. Yeah, I don't like you that way. No. Let me try to do it in her voice. I don't really like you that way. Please just, leave me alone, okay? I mean, I'm sure you're a very nice guy or whatever, but I'm not really into you because you're super ugly and fat. Whatever. Well, I don't think she said ugly and fat, but I bet that's what she was thinking whenever she left the actual conversation. She was like, she's, again, one of those girls that you probably wouldn't like if you met her. But, of course, she has a lot of friends, because she's one of those popular people. Like, literally, if she wasn't popular, she'd probably be the most hated person in all of the school. Now, I'm not trying to trash on anybody. That's not my thing. I'm a generally nice guy. But sometimes some people can really piss me off. That's not nice. So, yeah. One day, I was just in biology class. It's one of my favorite classes, by the way. And I was just, like, being a jack. I was just being an utter douchebag, whatever. I was, like, gloating about how awesome I am. And I was talking to Ashley, and I was all, hey, girl, I don't think I really need you anymore. Because, of all the things that happened. And I was kind of not in an awesome mood. I was kind of PO'd that day, but I also said something like, I kind of got mad at her for something. Oh, yeah, there's this kid, his name's Austin. No, yeah, you'll know him if you know what I'm talking about. There's this kid named Austin, and he always makes fun of Ashley. And Ashley does not like this kid. And I, for one, happen to think this gentleman is a very nice gentleman. And so, what I did was, I stuck up for him, and then she said some rude things. And I'm not usually okay with that kind of thing. you know, I'm not really the sort for that kind of thing. So I told her that maybe if she didn't yell at people all the time, then maybe she could actually have a boyfriend. Yeah, I know that was very rude of me to say, but she was a really rude person. Like, you could say everything about her, like she's pretty and all that, but that's honestly not the truth at all. She's really rude. Like, she's very pretty, don't get me wrong. Ashley is, but she is a rude person to me. And I'm sure she is to a lot of other people. But, yeah. I told her I liked her, and that was a stupid mistake, because what she said next, it was kind of embarrassing. So I went up to her and I was like, so yeah, maybe if you weren't so rude to everybody, you might actually have a boyfriend. Then she said, well, you're only mad because you not your girlfriend. You're only mad because I don't want to be your girlfriend. Oh boy, did that make me mad. I was not going to let this preppy, snappy little cheerleader go on me because of something I said and I was too dumb to think. So I, in my defense, said, no boy would ever want you anyway. Yeah, that was very rude of me, but I wasn't gonna let this preppy, teenage, bratty, spoiled, just overall nasty person tell me wrong, that I'm the wrong one here. Because she was making fun of my friend, or, well, she wasn't making fun of him, but he was, like, yelling at him. And I don't like people yelling at my friend, Austin. So Austin's a cool guy. Peace out, buddy. So, yeah. I really got mad, and then my biology teacher, sent me to the office, because, well, actually, no, he didn't. But he told everyone to, settle down, which naturally I did, because I'm the good kid. Ashley was just fed up with me. Like, I don't hate her, and I never hate people. I am just not very nice. Oh my god, I keep losing to these stupid Turkish Iranian people. I don't care who the hell they are. Anyway. So Ashley was very rude. If you ever meet someone like that, you know, who everyone says is a jerk, shouldn't be with her, you probably should listen to those people. Most of the time, they are really rude. Okay, that's enough about that. Now let's talk about the second girl. This one actually happened quite recently. Her name is Bailey. I'm not going to say her real name either because of identification reasons. I'm sure she probably watches my videos too. Yeah! So I'm sure you should probably watch these videos, and if anybody knows her, and you know who I'm talking about, Bailey. She is... I mean... I'm not gonna say she's ugly, because that's not true at all. She's actually nice looking. She's not like a supermodel or anything, but she's really nice looking. She's a lot better looking than me. So, yeah. This time, it really didn't have any thought to it, and I was just like, maybe I need a pretty girl in my life. So I asked Bailey, and I was like, hey, you want to give me a chance or whatever? Didn't even, like, say I love you and whatever. And some people told me on Instagram that she was actually single. And I know I probably shouldn't make, you know, life and death decisions based on Instagram, but whatever, I do what I want. So I told her, hey, Bailey, I noticed that you're single, and a lot of people tell me you're single. And I feel like maybe you deserve someone who's awesome and cool, whatever. And I wasn't really trying to, you know, make it that it was me. I really wanted it to me like it was like a unanimous thing, like anyone could. Because that's honestly the truth. I really wanted to get to know this girl first, because that one girl, Ashley. Because I really didn't know Ashley all that well. So I really wanted to make sure I knew this girl before getting into a serious relationship. Because kids, you know, love is not this thing where you could go up to any girl and be like, hey, girl, want to go to a Burger King or something? Like a White Castle? No, you can't do that. In love, you have to figure out who you really like, get to know those people, and then, you know, just kind of talk to them. a lot of people you can actually get to know a lot better if you just talk to them. Like, I should have for Ashley. But, again, that's a different story. Well, I just told you that story, Skylar. Skylar, you just told him that story. Yeah, sorry, guys. I always talk too fast, too loud, and whatever. But that's not the thing. So I went up to Bailey, and on Instagram, and I was just like, the same thing. It was literally the same thing. I was like, you know, I might like you, but that's not one thing. The difference between this girl and Ashley was that Bailey really didn't want to be rude. Like, she wasn't trying to be rude, but I'm a bit of a ding-dong, so I always take things the wrong way, and that's never a good thing. Don't ever assume anything about other people. I mean, maybe they have problems, and that's why they don't like you. Because if they don't like you, then they don't know what they're losing. So I went to Bailey, and I was like, yeah, I like you a bit. And Bailey said, sorry, Skylar, I'm not interested. And she didn't mean it in a mean way either. She was, like, really calm about it. Because I'm sure she has billions and billions of fangirls and boys screaming for her name. Bailey! Bailey! Give me an autograph! Sign my chest! Or something. Like, anything could happen. Sign my pen! With a pen, Bailey! Yep, ear rape. I probably should have put an ear rape warning in this video, but whatever. I don't care. I probably will, but anyway. Bailey, please sign my shirts. It's the Bailey Fan Club T-shirts. And of course, since all the girls, you know, are her fans and basically her friends and all that, like I'm not gonna say her name technically. I'm going to say her name a bit, but it's not like her name. Annabelle is what I'm going to call this girl. So, her best friend, Annabelle, and she's really nice, but I am not dating her because of, she's not I'm not really her type, per se. We're, like, two opposite people. We really don't know each other all that well. And, yeah, she'll go in talent shows and stuff and all that and whatever. That's all great and fine. But, yeah. So, I asked Annabelle, I was like, hey, you know what kind of stuff Bailey likes? And she's like, yeah, Bailey's, really into sports and stuff. So, I was like, yeah, Bailey's into sports. That's the problem with me. I really don't like sports. I'm not a sports person. And if there was any sport I could ever like, it would probably be boxing. Just the fact that I could use physical violence and all that. But, sports aren't usually my thing. And even if I do have a sport, it's probably a calm sport and not like a super violent sport unless it's like boxing. So yeah, I knew we probably wouldn't be able to get along, me and Bailey. We had so many differences and it was unbelievable. Alright, yeah, so that's that. Now for one more story, and I think it's a really good one. Well, I don't usually like, you know, doing friends and stuff like all that, so I'm not going to really do that. I'm not really gossiping behind my friend's back, which would be dumb. But I remember one time, me and my friend, I'm going to call him Blake. Me and my friend Blake, right? Blake is, what do we call him in the world? I don't want to say a pervert because he's not like that. He's kind of a real sexy guy. So, of course, when this happened, it was a complete and utter accident. He didn't even know, but we did. So, this was back when we were still in middle school. And we were a bunch of kids. I was about 13 at the time. This is about 2, maybe 3 years ago. So yeah, me and Blake, we were walking down a hallway because we were going to like health class or something. And actually no, we were going to the bathroom because we were in gym. And what happened was Brandon, Blake, I said Blake, didn't say his real name. So Blake, he was going to the bathroom, but so the bathroom he went into, Blake, we went to the bathroom, and he didn't realize that the bathroom he was going into was actually the girls' bathroom. Oh, yeah. Alright, so, he didn't realize it. He went in there, and I said, Blake, you're in the wrong bathroom, dude. Of course, it was too late, because I already heard a girl scream. Oh, it was funny. And we still laugh about it to this day. I always bring it up like, hey Blake, remember when you used to go to the girls' bathroom? He said he did it on purpose, but I really don't believe that. Yeah, he did that. And so yeah, we did that. We were a bunch of dumb kids, me and Blake. I remember another time, me and Blake, we did, man, what's another one? Oh yeah, we would like to call teachers a lot of names, like, for this one teacher, we call this one teacher Mr. Hill, and this is, English teacher of ours. It's not his full name, but he calls him Mr. Heel, like, bad guy, because he's, like, really mean, and he gives out a lot of homework and whatever. And honestly, I know him, and he's a very nice guy. And he's a bit of a savage. He always just goes up and is like, hey guys, how's it going? Well, today we're not going to have any homework. We're just going to read this book, Catcher in the Rye. I really didn't like it. We have this guy, and his name's Mr. Simber. Mr. Simber is a really good guy. He's, like, very lanky, and he has, like, this beard, whatever. So Mr. Simber really didn't like the book. Mr. Neil's like, oh, man, I'm all about this book. Mr. Heel, as we called him, he was always like, yeah, man, we totally love this book, Catcher in the Rye. It has a lot of, deep, symbolism. He did, do, a lot. So, yeah. He didn't really give us homework, and when he did, it was usually mostly, like, English banquets. But he also used to be a history teacher, and that's when he gave a lot of homework. And Blake really didn't like all the homework. And I get that. But I'm really good at English. I have like an 80 in that class. Yeah, I know, 80 sucks. You suck. You don't even got good grades in English. But, yeah. It's the language you speak and you can't even speak it. Oh, I'm dead. Look at me. I'm an idiot. Alright, so, yeah. Me and Blake, we'd always call him Mr. Heel. He gave us homework a lot, but that was when he was a history teacher. Now he's one of my favorite teachers. Hey, dude. So he told us one time he was actually from, he actually lived in California. And that's why he always said, dude, yeah, let's go totally, like, go into gnarly waves and all that, man. But this guy, like, I mean, no offense, but this guy looks like he would wake up from a couch after watching a marathon of Baywatch. He's got a beard, he's got this hair that sticks up, it's kind of like a cowlick. I don't know how to describe it. He didn't really wear glasses all the time, but he used to sometimes when he was in history. And he always wore a suit. You would never ever go to Mr. Heel's class unless you saw him in a suit. He never went in anything else unless it was like business casual. So yeah, he really was a very non-strict dude. He really loved yelling at kids though. And this is where it gets funny. We have this one kid, and I'm going to call him Birdie. Now Birdie is a troublemaker. He is not a good kid. Like, I'm sorry, but this kid, Birdie, yeah, it's not even close to his name at all. I'm gonna call him Calvin. Because that's not his name, but that's very close to his name. So Calvin, he's a very bad kid. Like, he's like the kind of guy you'd probably see in a 50s movie wearing a jacket, a leather jacket. And he does not like Mr. Heel. But he speaks like, what y'all talk about, boy? Boy, I'll slap you so hard in the back of your head, you stupid or something. And he was white. keep in mind. He is one of those white kids who speaks like a black person. I do that sometimes, and that's whenever I'm very disappointed. But I'm also talking a very southern accent, too, when I'm mad. So y'all know when I'm mad, I speak in a southern accent. So yeah, Calvin really didn't like the teacher. And he would always just say the stupidest stuff. Like, I can't even think of one, but usually when he said something stupid, Mr. Heel, he'd always, he'd always say something funny, like, well, yo, Calvin, why don't you go up to the board and write me some sentences, boy? Or, you gonna talk again, or else I'm gonna make you present a speech in front of the entire class? Nobody liked giving speeches. I, for one, really didn't like giving speeches, even though I'm really good at speech class. Oh, yes! Alright, let's talk about one of my least favorite teachers of all time. And it's my speech teacher. Oh, man. Like, her name is, like, the most ironic thing about anything. And it is amazing. When you first meet her on the first day of school, she's, like, really nice to you. But that is just first impressions, baby. Whenever the principal leaves the room, she becomes an utter dictator, in my opinion. And she's a little rough, with especially me. When I asked to go to the bathroom, she's like, and she's not even teaching. She just won't let me go to the bathroom. And I'm always like, really, girl? I mean, I get it. If someone's giving a speech, I guess I can see where you're coming from. But it's either I go to the bathroom, or I'm going to take a crap in your seats. So it's going to be one or the other. And you really don't want me to do that. Because believe me, I will. I really don't like this person. Nightbright. It described her personality. Blank, boring slate. She's a speech teacher. I don't like her all that well. I mean, I don't hate her because she's like a rude person. Of course, she has a bitter, cold heart to me, especially. But there's this one person in particular, and I'm not going to say who she is, but she is like a witch. And yeah, of course, I'm a bit of a bad kid myself. Sometimes I talk way too much. It's with my friend Donald. What's his name? Donald, as in Donald Trump 2017, baby. Not him though. Donald and I, we'd always talk during class, even when people would give a speech. We were not good kids. We are not good kids. I am telling you that now. But still, we do that. And then Miss Lambchop is what I'm going to call her. Miss Lambchop, the English teacher. Oh, this teacher I'm talking about in particular. Miss Goat Milk. That's what I'm going to call her. Miss Goat Milk really didn't like us. She became sour Goat Milk whenever we were talking, and we were right next to each other, so it really didn't help. You don't want us talking, just put us in separate classes, please. Because if we're even in the same room, I'll still be talking to this guy. Donald is my bro. He has been there forever, man. Anyway. You be talking, the teacher's like, stop that, or I'm going to put you in separate rooms. Do you hear me, mister? You should be writing your speech. You should have topics ready. Blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah, blah, blah. You have no idea how many times I have to hear that bull crap every day. But of course, it's natural. Enough about me and my boring personal life. Okay, so let me clarify on one more thing. If you ever meet me in school, alright, don't ever call me a fat person. I am very sensitive about my weight. I am, like, very sensitive about my weight. So, and I've actually been working very hard to lose weight. Because I used to weigh like 198. I was a fat kid. And now I'm at 179, which is a lot. Like, that's a lot of weight lost. And this was just in a couple weeks, too. I am going to die. I want to be able to take out these guys, maybe even finish the game, but that's a very tough thing to do. So yeah, don't call me fat. I will hate you. And if you want to be my friends, don't ever call me fat. Alright? Like, you know how they say that charm won't work on somebody? Charm always works on me. I'm a big buttercup. And I'm single. All the ladies out there. Of course, I am 15, going on 16, so it'd be awkward if some 29-year-old girl was like, "Hey, boy, wanna go out with me?" No, alright, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, I get way too distracted. So, of course, another thing I always do is sometimes I am a bit of a stalker. I like to stalk on people. And why? Because I have no social life. I stalk on people just because. And I even take pictures of people when they don't even know it. You know what I'm talking about. Just go visit my Instagram page. You'll see. You'll all see. Aha, right there, right in your freaking eyes. Yeah, so I'm a creeper. And I hear a lot of conversations about people. So I know a lot. Like, I may not seem like a part of the big gossip and whatever. I know a lot. Like, when I want to be hearing something, I will hear a lot about it. And I will never stop ever. Yeah, I'm going to die. There is no doubt about that. Look at that. That's bull. That's utter bollocks. Like, I am going to die. These guys are genuinely hard. Like, look at that. That's bull. That's bull right there. I hate that. I'm going to try to beat this guys. And I'm going to win. And then when that's done, I'm going to probably end the video. So, yes. Alright, what other stories can I tell you? Well, we have this popular kid. He's very popular. And he's not very rude. But he ran for student council secretary or something. I don't remember. And he brought in... He wanted to be secretary so badly. He brought in lollipops. I kid you not. He brought me in lollipops. He was really trying to butter me up. And this kid, he's just a very good-looking guy. His name is Neil. Neil Vanos. That's what I'm going to call him. Neil Vanos. Neil Vanos is this guy that he is super Mr. Popular. Always gets homecoming king. Everything, everyone. Mr. Popularity. Everything goes around him. And what I did... So he brought suckers, and I was like, "What's the special occasion, Mr. Neil?" And what happened was Neil basically said, "You know, Skylar, I'm running for student council secretary." So I said, "Yeah, really?" I said, "Yeah. So I brought these lollipops, and I was just wondering if you would vote for me." I said, "Oh, Nick, you sure have a way with words, Neil. Neil, you certainly have a way with words." Why didn't I? You know who it is. It's Nick. It's a guy named Nick. So yes, Nick was a very nice guy. He loves to bring in lollipops and whatnot. And I said, "Okay, I'll vote for you." And whenever it came up to the voting sequence, I didn't vote for Nick. I feel awful. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't vote for you. Like, your lollipops were sweet, literally. I didn't vote for you, though. I don't know why. I'm just a jerk. Don't bring me in lollipops. I am an actual jerk. So I didn't vote. I didn't actually vote for anyone. I just threw that vote right in the trash. Recycling thing. I didn't vote for Nick. I didn't vote for nobody. Because I don't believe in politics. Story today is, don't try to butter me up with anything. I will just take that stuff and, you know, abuse your... I'll just abuse your treat system. Because whenever I have the opportunity to get fat, I will always take it. Sorry, Nick, buddy. You're a good friend of mine. I'm sure you're a good friend to everybody. I'm not gonna take your freaking votes. I am not a man that you can just bribe. I'm dead already, aren't I? I'm dead. I'm beyond dead. Yep. Look at this. It's utter bollocks. Yep. Okay. So Nick didn't get voted. But he really likes my stuff. And I actually felt bad about it. So on Instagram, if you ever go on there, I actually do some Darth Vader voices. So much to the point where I actually get the nickname of... Oh god, you're gonna hate me for it. But I actually get the nickname of Daddy Vader. It's fact. Darth Vader, the Star Wars character, not Darth Vader, whatever the heck this 90s rapper guy is. So anyway, I do his voice. And I do a lot of other impressions like the Emperor. Yes, I am the Emperor. I am the Emperor, and I would destroy the Republic, and I would bring order to the galaxy and whatnot. So I do that. I do that on Instagram. Everyone loves it. Nick happens to be one of those people who really likes my stuff. Yeah. Every time I hear his name, I just feel like an utter bollocks. Yeah. So, I like him. He's a good guy. I didn't vote for him, though, because I'm a jerk. What other reason? Yeah, so... To summarize this video... Sorry, Nick. Sorry, Mr. Heel. Sorry, everybody who I offended during this video. And as always, if you liked this video for some reason, hit that like button and subscribe to the Artsy Gamer for more stuff that comes whenever I feel like it. So, bye-bye.